what rap audience ain't ready for is a real person. You know what I want to say, a real N-I-G-G-A. I'm coming at him 100% real. I ain't compromising Nathan. Anybody that talk about me got problems. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be straight up, like if I was a street person. That's how I'm coming at the whole world, and I'm being real about it.
I keep it hardcore like you never saw you wanna be. You wanna be.
This is something from a rap nerd point of view. You mentioned at one point that Suge Knight wanted to sign Run
Suge
DMC.
Knight wanted to sign Run DMC in 2000 and Suge Knight wanted to sign. When was the Chronic out? No, when Pac was killing. What year was that?
94, 95.
Yeah, down with the Kingston. So yeah, 1994, 1995. This was after the Source Awards.
Right.
Even when Suge Knight came here and they didn't stand up when any New York people got an award. You know, Snoop said he felt a little funny about it. Yeah. But nobody was mad at Snoop because we respected Snoop. You got to roll with your crew. Remember when that happened?
Yeah.
Snoop later on said, yo, I felt real bad doing it. But, you know, you were dazzling them.
Yeah.
That's your crew. You know, no disrespect. You was so even after all of that, the Source Awards, Down with the King was killing. And Run DMC, we had potential. Right. So I'll never forget the day. We had a meeting. We went to LA. We was in LA for a show. Suge knew we was out there. He was at the Beverly Hills Hotel. So next day we got to get up and go meet Suge at 2 o'clock at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I remember we had a meeting with Suge out by the pool. It was funny. He had the cigar and everything. And, you know, of all the things that you can eat at the Beverly Hills Hotel, he ordered pizza. So I just thought, yo, this is some real street hip hop stuff like that. But make a long story short, he wanted to. I guess his motivations could have been twofold. Like, okay, there's an West Coast beef, and we signed the Kings of the East Coast.
Right.
But more importantly, he wanted to do it, believe it or not, to bring people together.
Really?
Yeah, to bring people together. And I remember after that, I was in LA again one time, and I remember that. After that. This was after J-Pass and Pop-Pass and everything. And I remember I was at a sushi restaurant, and Suge came in the restaurant, and he just stopped by OD with some boom, bang, bang. And Suge said this all the time. He said, when y'all used to roll here, before, you know, Death Row and everybody was popping the scene, he said one of the most positive things that was so amazing to all of us on the West Coast was that when y'all came in from the East Coast, y'all all was together. LL, Houdini, Run DMC, the Beastie Boys, De La Soul. It's like every time we came together, he said there was no division. So I guess deep down inside, even though, you know, the whole West Coast thing was glamorized the way that it was, there's always a competition. But I think signing Run DMC would have did two things. I signed the Kings from the East Coast now. You tell me we ain't rolling. But at the same time, when we had to meet with him, he said it would have been a positive thing to do. So I guess that was a good intention.
Why didn't it work out?
Things just went haywire. Pac got killed. The beef escalated to another level. It went haywire.
Wow. Okay. Shout out to Jam Master Jay, man. Rest in peace.
The night that Tupac was shot, Run DMC was supposed to be meeting up with, well, actually, before I tell the story, correct me if I'm wrong. The night Tupac was shot, Run DMC was supposed to meet up with Suge Knight, and he wanted to sign you guys to bring people together, but you guys never made it into the car because you were waiting on Jay to get dressed.
Jam Master Jay, yeah, true story. We would have been in the Beamer with them. The empty back seat was for me running Jay. Suge says he wants us to perform at their club after the Mike Tyson fight. Because Suge had the club, the Death Row Club that was there.
661 or something like that?
Yeah. The red with the red diamonds and all, like, you know, the card, whatever. So that was our thing. So, you know, Suge is like, whatever y'all need. He flies us in. He puts it. This one, the Luxor was brand new, too. Suge put us in suites at the Luxor. So long story short, we there. Suge took a hell of care of us. It was real cool. And now, I don't know if Suge wanted to do it to punch the East Coast in the face. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm a shit on them. I'm a sign their gods. I'm a sign Run DMC. So I think maybe that's his motivation. You know,
right?
I'm asking Jay, and Jay say, you know, Jay's this that dude. He's like, nah, It ain't about that. And even if it is about that, we'll change that shit when we get in it. So always like that. Suge calls Eric, who's still our manager now. Eric with the braids. Everybody know Eric Blair. Mm-hmm. He calls up and says, yo, me and Pac are coming to get y'all. Y'all can ride with us to the fight. Eric says, Suge, you and Pac, yo, we can't go with y'all because this motherfucker Jay's still in front of the mirror. Jay was the guy. Don't go shopping with Jay. He's probably up in heaven doing this right now. If you go anywhere with Jay, no, you don't even have to go to the store. Jay always had he's fly. So you go in Jay's room, he's spending an hour and a half trying on clothes doing this. Does this look right? All right, no. What about this? Does this make me look fat? For a whole hour. So Eric's like, yo, we'll meet y'all later. We'll meet y'all at the club, whatever. So we would have been, and Suge was coming to get us. Pac's excited about Run DMC in the back seat. Wow. So, that night, we go to the club. So we sitting in the club in the dressing room, shrimp, lobster, it was the best time ever. All of a sudden, it was Eric P. Hammer and the whole Death Row crew. They all just leave. Like the whole club empties. A guy walks in with a briefcase, comes in the dressing room, sets it down on the table. This should be in the movie too. Opens the briefcase up. It's nothing but cash. Yo, y'all don't got to perform tonight. Suge paying y'all anyway. I'm like, I'm in Vegas. I ain't got to work tonight. Cool. Right. So long story short, I go back to my room, whatever. My flight was like 1 o'clock. I get up and I go to the gym. And I'm in the gym that morning. And all I'm seeing is Tupac shot. And I'm not believing it at first. But then 2 and 2 puts me together. Oh, shit. That's why we didn't do the show last night. I was there. Wow. We could have been in that back seat.
Yo, YouTube. What up? It's your homie Gab. I'm in the building. And this is Machiavelli Media. So DMC from Run DMC says that Run DMC was supposed to be in Suge's black BMW the night Tupac and him got lit up in Las Vegas. That's amazing to me. This is Run DMC we talking about. Walk This Way. Aerosmith. Whose House? Run DMC. My Adidas. Run DMC. In this interview, DMC, Daryl, says that Suge Knight wanted to sign him to Death Row Records. And a lot of people may find that shocking. But you got to understand what was going on at this time in order for that revelation to make sense to you. First of all, that just shows me the influence that Tupac had on Suge Knight. Tupac was from the East Coast. Tupac was a student of hip hop. Trust and believe that Tupac knew more about Melly Mel, Run DMC, Big Daddy Kane, and MC Hammer more than Suge Knight. That's a fact. And Suge trying to keep Tupac happy, and this whole Death Row East imprint, and the influence of Eric B, it all played a part hand in hand. Now I'm a little passionate about this, so excuse me. But don't get me wrong. Suge Knight was very interested in signing the acts that all allegedly claimed that Suge Knight wanted to sign them. And why would that be? Let's take a look at it for a minute. Suge Knight was just the average Joe, little fat dude back in Compton when Run DMC was popping, when MC Hammer was popping. And Suge being from the hood, when he got on top, in his mind, Run DMC was still Run DMC. Crack Mac was still popping. Because he didn't look at them like has-beens. He looked at them like, you know what? We can make them stars too. We can put them back where they belong, and that's extra money. I can have Hammer for next to nothing. I can have Run DMC for next to nothing. I can have Melly Mel for next to nothing? Sign me up. I can get Big Daddy Kane too? Keep in mind, 5 years earlier, 10 years earlier, all of these acts were premium acts. Some of them superstars in the case of Run DMC and Big Daddy Kane. At this point in time, 9596, not so much. But Suge didn't have to spend no money on him. Sign him up. Put him in the studio with Pac. Let's get some money off him. So it made sense from an investment, pennies on the dollar. Or just maybe, like DMC said, maybe Suge wanted to sign Run DMC to give a big fat middle finger to the East Coast and say, yeah, we got the Kings. Damn. But I got a big video coming up this weekend where I pretty much can point out to you that after Tupac and Suge publicly announced Death Row East, it was a whole slew of problems. And this right here was just one of them. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to sub to the channel. This is Machiavelli Media. And give your boy Gabs a thumbs up. It's vital. You heard me. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm signing off. I'm about to hit y'all with the peace.